Hey ho! Let's go. Welcome back again to the show, which turns 50 tonight. And we are in the dog days of August are upon us. And you got to ask yourself the question as a fantasy owner, are you in the position to go all in with the hopes of a championship? Or, like me, your focus is preparing on your fantasy baseball franchise for 2026. Before we get to all that, as we always do, though, we begin by asking you the question, where else would you rather be than right here? Booyah! Right now, we lost our background. How's everybody tonight as we you're looking live at our split studios? Our graphics department is off to a crappy start, but we can fix that. Episode 50 of Fantasy Baseball, now part of the .com podcast network. Michael, how are you?
I'm wonderful, Sean. How are you?
Well, my team sucks, and my year has been an absolute disaster, hence this topic tonight.
The two constants of this season are your team sucks, and we still need a producer.
Yeah, right.
Those are the two constants. Also constant is that you can follow us at ball9.com and smash the like button. And also constant is we'll do start them and sit them. We'll do go get them and cut them. We'll look ahead to next week. But in our 50th episode, I feel like we're going to end up piling on you in the 50th episode as we dive into, as it's August 12th, and trade deadlines for many leagues are probably 2 weeks away. We're gonna. I think we need to couch this conversation by just explaining that we are in a dynasty league. So that's something that is important. So strategy for winning is different in a dynasty league than it is. Well, it's not. Strategy for winning is strategy for winning. You're trying to win no matter what.
Yep, all costs.
Thanks, Bob. But when you're in the middle, like me, grasping at straws, or when you've completely crapped out and had arguably one of the 5 worst seasons in the 36-year history of this league, and you're looking at next year, dynasty is extraordinarily important, especially when draft picks are in play and you're building for next year. So that said, I'll let you launch this topic as I bring up our late graphics as our graphics department. Our graphics department was working hard this week. I got to admit, they've worked hard. So right now you're either building that palace or you're sitting. The only thing missing from that picture on the right is the Team Pugsley logo and Sean sitting on the front porch with a piece of grass in his mouth, drinking some moonshine on a rocking chair.
Yeah, look, here's how I got to the Clampett estate on the right. Pre-oil strike.
Yeah.
For you old people.
Texas tea.
All right, first mistake. First of many. I can't even get to them all. Traded my 2 best players last offseason for draft picks, which in our 5-person keeper league are really 6th-round picks. So great. I got 2 6th-round picks and traded Tarek Skubal and Jose Ramirez. That is so fucking stupid.
That's dumb.
I can't even believe I did it, but I did. And I made the big mistake when you think you got 7 or 8 good guys to keep. Trade your 4th and 5th guys, not your 1st and 2nd.
Always keep your best 2.
Always keep your best 2. Then I went into the draft feeling good. I actually came out of the draft feeling like I was okay. And I'm going to blame Cody Bellinger. He's the prime example.
You drafted a closer in the 1st round.
All right, so that was stupid.
After you told multiple times discussing draft strategy how taking a closer before round 7 was a loser's proposition, and yet you went against the grain because you panicked.
I didn't panic.
You panicked because Clase got taken in the 1st round, and you panicked.
No. Miller was my guy the whole time. But
well, you are
I came out of the draft knowing I was going to be short on power, and that's fine. You can work with that. And then every one of my hitters absolutely sucked for 4 or 5 weeks.
Clay Bellinger's doing really well for me, man.
Yeah, screw him. Never again.
He's doing great.
So what you learn with fantasy baseball, all fantasy sports too, really,
is if you want to win, trade with you. That's what I've learned this year.
Thanks, Bob. But what you learn is this: you can't win a championship in late April, early May, but you can lose one. So what happens? You got 7 of your 9 hitters that are underachieving. You can't be patient with them all, right? You get rid of them and you try and reload. Then the guys you get are shit. And the guys you trade, hey, they find themselves. That's been the story of my year. It's been an absolute disaster. Right now on my team, I have 2 guys that I'm going to keep out of 5. I got a ton of draft picks that I don't want to take them into next March with me. My goal is to take those picks, and once October hits, call the guys who got 7 or 8 keepers. I ran the charts. There's a number of players in our league with over 5 guys ranked in the top 65 right now, and that's not even counting guys like you. Like Bryce Harper was ranked 100th the other day when I did my charting. He's a keeper. So there's another one. So get into October. I traded Vlad Guerrero the other day. Next, I wanted to. I love the guy. But I got a 1st and 3rd round pick for him. And those 1st and 3rd picks, even though they're 6th and 8th rounds, they become gold to the guys who can't keep all their players. Now I got to try and rebuild for next year because this year has been an absolute nightmare. Never to be repeated again. I hope and pray.
Yeah, I mean, so every year you get one chance to win, right? So you need to go as all in as you possibly can, and if that means dealing with next year for a chance to win this year, then so be it. I mean, that's just the way it goes. I mean, you go all in. Next thing you know, you look up, you don't have a pick until round 4. We save 5, so it's really player 61 is where we start. Though given the way some players get saved, it's really probably more like player 50 because a lot of younger players are saved on spec. But here's where your strategy goes awry. You possibly have the worst first round draft track record over time of any owner in our league, especially any owner that's still in our league. Might I remind you?
Fair. Delino DeShields, Jason Isringhausen. We're going back to the 90s for this, but it's been an absolute failure forever.
And here's so I'm in the middle.
Yes. Yeah,
so
let's get the spotlight off me for a little bit.
No, we'll come back to you. But if you put the spotlight on either one of us, can be a glare on the screen, so it doesn't really make any difference anyway. So I have done every bit of math that there is to do any bit of math that there is, and I cannot win our league. However, I can still get paid. And
yes,
some of the teams in front of me will give me more satisfaction to finish 3rd and have those guys finish behind me with all the chaos that's going on the last 4 days in our league. I can't pull the plug on, and I think I'm pretty well set on my 5. I think I'm pretty well set on my 5 already. I think. Now, could I trade Blake Snell real quick and help somebody? Probably. Or could I trade Hunter Green? I don't really want to. I'd like to see him healthy.
Ooh. Yeah.
But I could. I mean, I'm not going to trade Skeens. I'll have him until his arm falls off. And it is Paul Skeens Day, by the way. But like you get in that spot where, and Bob, who's on with us, is in the same spot, right? We both have enough and are close enough to go from 5th or 6th to 3rd with a hot streak. And this is the difference between Roto and head-to-head, because head-to-head, like I'm on a 6-game winning streak in head-to-head, and I have no idea how with the team I got.
I'm in a 5-game losing streak there too.
But,
it's a football.
But head to head, you're not. If you're within 3 games at any point in time going into August, you are still in it, and you're still trying to make moves to try to win, because you just got to get in the playoffs, and then you got a shot to win the league. So there's always that. Roto's a whole different prospect. Right? Roto's a whole different thing, and now you got to strategize, because Friday's a big day. Friday's a big day for Major League Baseball, because Friday is when players can be called up, and as long as they maintain 130, as long as they're under 130 at bats or 50 innings pitched, they still maintain rookie status going into next year. So there are a number of prospects that could start coming up in the next week. Bubba Chandler, I'm waiting for you to show up. That could really all of a sudden become, all right, I'm going to build around these 5 guys because I've seen enough. I'm going to start picking these players up. I've seen enough. And now maybe I'm not even playing for 2026. I might be playing for 2027.
Here's the problem.
There won't be a 20. There's not going to be a 2027.
There's not going to be a 27 season. That's the problem. That's a problem that you have to be aware of.
That's a massive problem.
Before you really, really commit and start thinking real long.
That's a massive problem. Bryce Harper. I'm glad you said that, because Bryce Harper all of a sudden becomes a bit of a challenge, because he'll be 34, I think, which is still young, going into 27 and a full no season. Now he's in his age 35 season. I mean, I've got Trout. I'm not 100% sure that I want to roll forward with Trout. I mean, I will, but like, I've entertained moving him over the last week. He's probably my number 5 save player. I mean, Bellinger's a challenge for me, because what if the Yankees don't sign him? I mean, who knows? What if he ends up back in LA? I mean, which could happen.
Good riddance.
I know you don't like him.
No, I hate his guts.
Look at.
I've had 4 different, even this past Sunday. I'm up having my morning coffee, trying to mind my own business Sunday morning. My wife looks at me and says, "What's the matter?" And I look at him, not going to lie to you, it's my fantasy baseball team. She goes, "Aren't you having a bad year?" Like, it just keeps getting worse. This sucks. Then I traded Vladdy Guerrero. Here's
something you probably shouldn't share with your bride.
I don't even care anymore. Let her know.
Let her know. Look at this. This show. I mean, it's not just fantasy baseball; it's life advice too, and a little marriage counseling. I wouldn't share with my wife that when people get away from you, they thrive. I wouldn't share that.
This is true. I've resurrected how many careers on our Go Cut list?
Yeah.
A lot.
Sometimes while the show's going on, you've resurrected their career.
Yes. They hear it. They hear it. What I should do is go pick these guys up as soon as I cut them.
Everybody can hate Bellinger all they want, but when there's a weed sponsor in Major League Baseball, and Cody Bellinger is the poster child for it, when 420's weed day in MLB, and it's Cody Bellinger's picture, who's going to be laughing then?
By the way, bit of advice to you guys out there and gals who are having a nightmare year. Still do your lineups. Don't be that owner, because that skews the standings. I can't stand. I'm still playing. I'm still making free agent moves. I'm going all out. I don't want to finish last. I'll take 11th. I'll take 11th if that's my ceiling. I don't want to be last.
Every league has faced this at some point in time. We've faced it. Every league in every sport and fantasy has faced this at some point in time. And it's like everything else in life. Like, if you sign up, just commit to it till it's over with. Like, we're not asking you to come back, but don't dilute the integrity of the league for those that want to be involved, because you've basically, I can't win, so I'm just not going to play. Football is the worst. Football is actually the worst because you have teams that just don't feel the lineup, and I mean, it happens to me not when I'm playing them with the team I'm trying to catch, or a team I'm tied with, or a team that's right behind me is playing them, and I'm like, all right, there's a win. So now I got now I got to fret through another Sunday.
Yep.
Hoping somebody doesn't get hurt in the first quarter and I get nothing from. That's why I don't take any Raiders players, because the possibility.
Don't draft Raiders this year.
Don't
draft the Super Bowl team. Stay away from them.
Paul Skeen's not particularly sharp tonight, but a graphic I saw when I was watching the game. Opponent's batting average against Paul Skeens this year is 171. He's not first in the majors. You know who's got the lowest opponent's batting average against them?
I would say Eovaldi. It's
Freddie Peralta.
Really?
Who's got a one hitter? I mean, that's not saying a lot against the Pirates, but opponent's batting average against Freddie Peralta is 161. And here we go again with the Brewers, who have won 20 of 25 and have the best record in baseball.
Yeah.
And they've talked about trading him, and his name's coming up and being traded in the offseason.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But
by the way, welcome, Todd. Thank you for joining us. And I want to go back to this comment before you go back to the Brewers, who are becoming my favorite team to watch. Of course, it's more fun and challenging, says the guy in first place. And now with a 5-point lead since baseball started tonight, it was like 1.5 going in. But yeah, back to the Brew House.
Yeah, and whose favorite team is one game behind the Dodgers in the West. We might have all got that one wrong. They're not great.
But what we haven't talked about is guys like Todd, guys in first place, guys in the running. Right?
You start overthinking, man. You start overthinking.
What's it worth to you to try and win? Right? There's a danger in chasing categories. If seen it, have lived it. It's hard to chase saves. You were talking before we came on. You're trying to get strikeouts, wins, and saves. You can't possibly do them all. Here's the problem with like chasing saves.
You're not chasing strikeouts, and you're not chasing wins if you're chasing saves.
Well, you're not. But here's the problem with chasing saves. A save, if a closer gets in a save opportunity, is really good. Chances are he's going to get it. But the save opportunity is not guaranteed.
Not anymore.
So you could, not anymore, especially with the way they're using bullpens now. You could go 4 closers in a 7-person starting lineup for your pitchers, and it just doesn't work out that week.
No.
And now what you've done is you killed yourself in 2 other categories.
Yeah.
And you didn't get those saves. And that's why saves are a dangerous one to chase. Chasing strikeouts, I get. If you got, I'll use Chase Burns as an example, no pun intended. Before last Friday, he was getting rocked. He'd have 1 batting and outing, but he'd strike out 10 guys in 4 innings. So it was almost worth it if you only care about the one category.
Yeah. Yeah. And no wins for Chase Burns, which is amazing.
Yeah. That'll come. He's a stud and they're playing good.
Which is amazing. So in the what's it's worth, I at one time traded Chase Utley, who was in MVP contention, to somebody that had exactly what I needed.
Yep.
To try to because it was like this time. I'm like, you know what? I'll worry about not having them next year. I'll worry about it. I'll worry about it next year. I mean, the chance to win is the chance to win, and you really can't. You can't put the brakes on it unless you've got such a lead that you're coasting, which doesn't happen. Which happens actually in our league. It's happened more than occasionally. Teams have had it all come together and built a massive lead August 1st, and
yep.
Everybody else is playing for second place, but if like this year, it's not the case.
No, you got 2 teams for sure, and maybe 2 more knocking on the door.
And that's when, you know what, I know somebody might want this guy, and I don't really care. At that point, 1 through 5 keepers out the window, and what your draft picks look like next year out the window. And that's a tough part. That's a hard part of a dynasty league. In a dynasty league, you're looking at present and future at the same time. And sometimes you spend too much time looking at the future and forget that in the present, you can't. The future will take care of it. The future is going to be whatever happens.
Winning a fantasy title is difficult. It's hard to do. To me, I go all out. If I'm in a position, I go for it. But sometimes you end up punting your whole next year. You're way behind the 8 ball going into the offseason and the draft, which is fine if you win, right? Because you don't care. Because you got the plaque. You got your trophy. That's what we go for. Yeah, the money's great. But
you're testing a new theory.
What I've not tested.
Where you've been all out and you're punting it next year.
I'm not putting it next year. I'm rebuilding. I'm reloading. It's a complete restructure of Team Pugsley baseball.
We'll see. We'll bring this up at the same time next year and see if the shack has turned into a palace for you.
Oh, no. I'm going to be a skilled craftsman in come August.
Wow. Bob the Builder.
I've already said, look, I got a 1st and 3rd for Guerrero, and I talked to the guy who I traded him to, who happened to be the big man in Massachusetts, and he goes, hey, I don't know if I can hold on to him. I said, good, I'll give you an 8th for him. The value changes in a pennant race versus August.
Sure does.
October.
And when you got 2 weeks before the trade deadline, it really changes.
Sure it does. So I made him the offer, and he's like, well, Guerrero's is doing pretty good, but really, unless you go back to 2021, he hasn't been that top. I'm like, well, wait a minute. I don't care. He's on fire the last month, and it's the next 6 weeks. Don't talk to me about 2021. Take that car salesman shtick and
that's right.
Pass it off to somebody else. Give me your picks.
Right. Put a long sleeve shirt on and a tie, and stop acting like you're selling used cars and get back to business here.
Let's go.
Let's go. Speaking of let's go to Who's Hot.
Sure.
Shortstop night here on Who's Hot. It's a shortstop night.
Why don't you lead off?
I'll lead off with Ezequiel Tovar, who in his last 21's at 308, 2 homers, 7 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, 13 runs. He's still only 55% owned. He has been injured a lot. Now he's back. The Rockies suck. But the reason I would consider picking him up to have on my bench in a utility role, or if I had no real shortstop, and then when they were home, he'd play.
Yep.
Because his home splits below his road splits away. And like it, the ball's not flying out of Coors, except for when the Rockies are pitching. It doesn't make any difference what field it's in when they're pitching right now. But his productivity at home is really high. And they're home next week. He's a guy to go grab, and he's hot. And he is coming in, I think he was shortstop. I think he was a 9th rated shortstop coming in to the season. He had a really nice year last year, so he's a legitimate player, and maybe he's just starting to round back into 2024 form off all the injuries. He's been on that injured list twice. A little frustrating if you own him, especially in a National League only league like I do. And now I'm starting to get the fruits of that. Yeah,
so Xavier Edwards owned in 85%, started 67. His last 21 games, he's ranked 58th in CBS. He's hitting 350, 5 steals, 11 runs. He doesn't hit any home runs, so you're not going to get any there. Drives in 7, not great, but the counting stats are good with the steals and the runs scored, and the average is going to help you. And when we go to who's not, I'm going to give you the anti-Xavier Edwards for right now.
But this position, like even coming into the year, and we'll take Gunnar Henderson out of the conversation for a minute because he's not had a great year. But if you don't get the top 6, then you have work to do. So you're almost looking at shortstop weekly to figure out who's going to play shortstop for you. and hope one of these guys has a better year than you think. And they're both in that category. And Edwards had a nice season. I mean, his counting stats are good.
Yeah.
And the Marlins are scoring 1 million more runs than I thought they were going to. Actually, I thought
they are. They're an actual baseball team now.
Yeah, they're 57 and 61. They're definitely a real baseball team. And who's not? Jesus. These two idiots.
I like Chandler Simpson a lot. Really do.
Yeah, I do. I do too.
He's Juan Pierre of the 2020s.
Yeah.
Okay. He's not going to hit any homers. He's not going to drive in any runs. But his problem right now, he's ranked 271 in the last 21 days in CBS. Speed doesn't slump, but you can't run if you're not on base, right?
You can't steal the bench.
First, he has 4 walks in the last 3 weeks. His OBP is 339.
That's a problem.
That's not enough to get. He's got to be on
Juan Pierre.
He's got some steals, right? He's got 6 steals during that time with 3 caught stealing, so he's trying. But for a guy that at best is a 3 category player, at best, if his batting average can stay 280, 290, he's going to steal a shitload of bases. That's great. But he's got to steal. He's got to be running with great regularity, which means he's got to be on base to be effective for you in your lineup, because he gives you no homers, no RBIs, 0. Yeah. And if he's not on, he's not going to score. Now he's a 2 category player.
No, when he had a 16-game hitting streak, he was a must-add player because he was scoring runs and stealing bases, and he was hitting 330 for 2 weeks.
Yep.
Like, that's when you need him. And then my guy.
He's in a cold spot now, but he'll be fine.
I mean, Nate Lowe's only 44% rostered, which is a little surprising to me given the position he plays, because he's 15 homers, 64 RBIs, 49 runs, and he's only hitting 216, which is sadly normal anymore. But in the last 21, he's hitting 127 with 2 RBIs and 4 runs scored. And that's over 55 at bats. And nobody's colder than the Nationals. Like, if it wasn't for the fact that the Rockies are so bad, we'd be talking about the Nationals. He's streaky. He always has been, but now he's not even useful at this point. Like, he is cold, and I'm surprised he's only 44% rostered, to be honest with you, just because he does have the first base has been a little surprising this year. So who do you replace? Who do you go get? Both these guys. I love both these guys.
Yeah, Marcy's name showed up for the first time on this show a week ago.
Yes, Ted called him out last week, and Ted called him out last week, and he's another Padre prospect.
Yeah, he's owned in 49% of the league, started in 31, so people know about him, know enough to get him in there. 24, he's only played 11 games, but he's hitting 419 with a homer, 6 RBIs, and 5 steals. And for a shit team like I have this year, he's in my lineup. I'm trying to go with some of the young kids to see if somebody stands out to me. His sample size is very small, but what the hell? Let him play.
Just add that to the failed strategies.
I can't get any worse. They're major league ready. I'm looking at it right now. I continue to be last behind a perennial league doormat. Love you, Gasper, but really, it's true. It's true.
And then it looks like Kyle Manzardo might have figured it out finally. I mean, I know that for the Indians to go get him from Tampa, another Tampa player that analytics told you was going to be good. In the last 21, he's 396, 5 homers, 15 RBIs, and 7 runs. He's still only 41% owned, and he homered again tonight. And like, there's the young guy to stick on your roster. Because what if he ends up with he's at 21 home runs and 53 RBIs on the season, and he's hitting 245. So the scare was if he's hit 396 in the last 3 weeks, what was he hitting before that? 220?
Yeah.
So there's the scare. But if a first baseman's going to hit between 25 and 30 home runs, and that legitimately could happen for him, and on a team that scores no runs, drives in 75 and hits 250, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. He's a definite go get him. And as you're looking at, hey, who do I grab? He's hot at the right time. I need a bat coming down the stretch. I need a little power. Well, he's definitely generating that because now he's 6 homers in 21 days. So he's definitely generating power. And then they go cut him. You hurt me with yours.
I had to do it. I kind of felt an onslaught coming, so maybe I got a little defensive.
You hurt me with that.
Well, look,
you're right. You're right. And I'm too tied to him.
Here's the problem when he's on and when he's healthy, if he's ever healthy. Royce Lewis is a keeper quality player. He's phenomenal. This year, he's not phenomenal. He is amazingly still started in 47% of leagues, owned in 72, 63 games this year, which is a prize. He in your active lineup?
Yeah.
Holy shit. 215 at bats. He's got 5 homers. That's it. On pace for 6.
Not
24 RBIs, 22 runs. You just don't expect it hitting 237. He's too good of a player to have those numbers. He's just too good. But
clearly he's not.
Well, he's not this year. He's not helping anybody. He's not helping anybody.
Not me. He's not helping me. And then for me, it's Austin Hayes, who in the last 21 is at 162 with this is 68 at bats, 4 RBIs, 9 runs. He's still 49% owned and 30% started. And the clincher for me with him is when they move Marte to the outfield after the Ke'Bryan Hayes trade, because they wanted Marte's bat in the lineup. Now Hayes is fighting for time with pick the other 3 outfielders that they can't play.
Yep.
I mean, he's in the lineup tonight because they're facing Ranger Suarez, but wait till they convert Miguel Andujar to an outfielder, because he's tearing it up for them too. Frito's going to play every day. Marte's going to play pretty much every day. And now you got 3 guys for 1 spot. And Andujar's hot. And when Steer needs a blow, he's going to DH and Andujar will hit or sit. I mean, and so he's going to start regress. He's going to lose at bats, chip away at bats quickly, and his value's right off the charts. We'll see about DeVries. They better be moving Jacob Wilson to second base.
DeVries 18, but yeah, Wilson, well, Geloff, that's another malpractice by
where they'll trade him
by the goddamn athletics training staff that can't read a fucking X-ray.
Once he's arbitration, it's a good strategy, because once DeVries comes up, Wilson will be arbitration eligible, so they can trade him.
No, He'll be gone.
Sure,
they'll ship him out for 16-year-old Dominican, not yet in the States,
and 3 shitty pitchers
that they don't have to pay.
Who are like an hour away from being DFA'd from the team they traded him to.
Yes, because that's what they do.
Exactly.
Let me throw that graphic up there.
We'll do a quick look ahead to next week. I do like both of those lineups next week. Those are good stacks.
Yeah, they are.
Wait till Tatis gets hit.
You think that might happen?
Yeah. Ohtani's going to take one right into Coconut next weekend.
Otani better watch out. Any other players have any investment properties in Hawaii that were affected by him? Allegedly.
He was supposed to be funding my porch rebuild, and he backed out of that too. So I don't trust that guy.
Shohei's hanging around with some.
Yeah, he's not picking the right. He's not picking the right people.
No.
When the court brief is public, you're gonna find out that it's his partner that's the one that's sabotaging this thing, and he was the money behind it. That's my guess, because that's usually how this kind of stuff works. He's got to pick better people.
Sure.
Unless he found a way to parlay. Bless you. Unless he found a way to parlay his MVP and failed investments in Hawaii into a bet that somebody else made for him.
Oh, his runner took the dive. He'll be out in a few 5 years, I think.
Yeah, probably. Oof.
Anyway, back to the Redlegs. They're becoming one of the Reds. I tell you, I like NL Central baseball.
Well, why would you not? It's the best race right now.
Between the Cubs, the Brewers, the Reds are coming. At the Angels for 3, at the D-backs for 3. Yeah, why not? Why not? There's going to be some hitting going on next week in Cincinnati.
Yeah, and then anybody that's going to I don't care how bad their offense is scuffling. You're going to Colorado for 4 games. You're going to score a bunch of runs. The Padres series will be a lot of fun. And I know they've got a great bullpen, and I know they're only a game back. I don't trust one iota starting pitching in San Diego right now. Pavetta's scuffling a little bit. Cease is not great. I mean, Sears was sent out. I mean, who's gonna I mean, you can't go opener every day. You just can't do it. And at some point, I mean, Freddie Freeman's Otani's been amazing and might be on the way to another MVP. But Freddie Freeman's been on fire, but the rest of that lineup, not so much.
Yeah.
Max Muncy a little bit the last week, but the rest of that lineup, not so much. And then for 2-start pitchers, I'm surprised that Jack Leiter's only 64% owned. I thought he would be higher. I thought he would be in the 80s. I don't know why. I guess unless 36% of the leagues in CBS aren't dynasty leagues, I don't know why he's not in the high 80s to low 90s, because why not?
Yeah.
Right. He does show flashes that he could be that good. And 2 offenses that don't score a lot of runs. I like both of those matchups next week for him.
I'm looking forward to Cade Horton. If he could strike out more guys,
he'd be amazing.
I mean, he's got 4 straight starts with no runs being given up. I like him at the Angels. I'm not sure which day he's pitching against the Brewers. That's must-see TV. I want to see how he does in a big spot in a huge game at Wrigley Field and see what he's got. He looks like he's a dude, right? That he can handle it. He's going to go out and give you some innings and battle. He might not be flashy all the time, and like I said, he doesn't strike out a ton of guys, but he's got it. He's got the what's inside. He's a competitor, I guess is probably the way I'm trying to say it. He's a fun pitcher to watch, and he's got 4 straight starts without giving up a run.
He may end up being the acquisition they didn't make.
True.
Because they didn't get a starter at the deadline, which was very surprising to me. But he's been terrific, and Tyone's back soon. The Central's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes.
That's a big series. That's a really big series. That'll be a lot. That's going to be a fun series. It's Freddie Peralta and Cade Horton on Monday, a 2:25 a Monday afternoon, a day game at Wrigley on a Monday.
Awesome.
That's going to be phenomenal.
Awesome.
That's going to be phenomenal. And then Tuesday night is Brandon Woodruff and Matthew Boyd, and that's another That's going to be a good series. They've lined up their staffs for that. They've both lined up their pitching staffs for that series. That's going to be watch it. It'll be 18-16 games, and wind will be blowing up miles an hour. Every pitcher will get lit up. Anybody that's a 2-star pitcher going to regret having them start.
The old style beer taps will be getting a workout Wrigley Field that day.
Yeah, they'll be pouring them on each other in the bleachers because it'll probably be 100 in Chicago.
Sure thing. Oh, before I forget, next week we'll see about Tuesday. There's a chance I'm going to go to the Brit Floyd concert up in Saratoga.
Tuesday, Wednesday, don't matter.
Yeah.
Don't matter. We're both kind of working on football anyway, so it doesn't matter.
That's what happens when you're
well, at least in one league. I'm 2 for 4. I got one head-to-head league that I'm winning. I've got one head-to-head league that I'm in second place and charging. My National League only league team, I can't. I can't keep going. I've had every injury that there is this year with that team. When Acuna was in my lineup, I was making up ground. Acuna goes out, I'm cooked. Mookie Betts is disappointing, to say the least.
Yep.
I have Hunter Green in that league too. When you need
pitching. Let me ask you, you brought up Betts. What's his deal? Has he gotten old? Or has playing shortstop affected his offense?
I don't know. I don't
know what that answer is because I was looking at him to possibly trade for him, but if he's gotten old on us,
his batting average on fastballs is down 60 points. That's not good.
No, that seems like a pretty extreme number.
That's a lot. Shortstop's a hard position to play. And Muncy was hurt and sucked. And when they called Freeland up, they played him at third. And I thought they might move Betts back to right field. And then Edman got hurt. So, I mean, they've had a little bit of bad luck. That's a shame. I hate to see it.
Yep.
But
I'm sure you do.
Snell's back. He's been great. Glasnow's back. He's been great. Tanner Scott threw yesterday. He'll be back, and they need him because they didn't trade for anybody in their bullpen. That's where probably we all thought that's where we thought all the top closers were going to go. They probably were in a conversation for Class A, and then he decided that he was going to
throw his career away.
Cheat. What? Whose quote did I see today? Michael Porter Jr.
He right.
Who's got some, obviously has some firsthand knowledge about this. And he said, betting, the problem with the ability to bet, and he said that, like, just imagine you come from nothing, or you come from, a depressed life, and you can dictate an under on yourself and make like 5 of your boys 10 grand in a night. He goes, that's thought process is a problem. He goes, that thought process is a problem. I don't think Clase and Ortiz are going to be the last two. I really don't.
Oh, no. And it's going to be worse in college athletics.
Way worse in college athletics.
It's going to get worse. Hey, by the way, we talk about resurrecting careers. When did I bury Giancarlo Stanton's career? All-Star break?
Yeah, I mean, I did say 2 weeks ago how hot he was. He's not slowing down because he homered again tonight.
Giancarlo Stanton has 12 homers since July 2nd. The only player with more home runs in that span is Kyle Schwarber. You're welcome. Pick up Royce Lewis in a daily league if you have him. If you
can. Yeah, I was going to bench him next week, and I'll keep him in because he's probably going to go crazy next week.
I just saved his career.
Could be. I was just looking at the list. I was just looking at the cut list June 10th, I said cut Luis Renifo, and he was almost my who's hot guy tonight.
I feel vindicated with Isaac Collins last week's recommendation. He keeps hitting.
Otto Lopez was April 15th. He's been phenomenal. You had Carlos Correa April 22nd, and then you had to pick him up last week. Taylor Ward, I had him on April 29th. That's a good move right there for sure. Brady Singer, Bogarts.
It's funny, Brady Singer was my other option for the 2-star pitcher for next week. So that's a bonus.
Yeah, Yu Darvish 2 weeks ago. I had Verlander 3 weeks ago. He's been nothing but great since I said that. Kerry Carpenter's homered pretty much every night since last week. You said to cut him.
Of course.
Pretty much every single night. I don't know what's worse. I got to be honest with you. I'm not sure what's worse. I'm not sure if we've done worse with. So April 22nd, you said Chandler Simpson. I said Nick Kurtz. April 29th, you said Cade Smith. I said Andy Pages. That actually worked out pretty well.
You talking about to go get?
To go get.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Ryan Weathers, nah. Gavin Sheets, nah. Christian Encarnacion Strand, no. Jake Myers, maybe. Grant Taylor, Otto Lopez. I mean, Simeon Wood Richardson's hurt. Adrian Hauser got traded and forgot how to pitch. I think recently we're doing pretty good because we're Cade Horton, Alex Freeland, Colson Montgomery, Tyler Locklear, and tonight Marseille and Manzardo. I think the kids are starting to show up.
Yep.
And, all the way back to the beginning of the show, you're trying to win. You're not grabbing a guy on spec, hoping. You're not worried about whether you're keeping them. If you're in a dynasty, you're not worried about whether you're saving somebody right now. You're worried about winning.
Correct.
And if somebody picks them up, they beat you to them because they were just in a position where, like, I might as well just pick this guy up. There's no reason not to.
Winning is all that matters.
Bryce Harper homer tonight. What do you know?
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. So next week, Tuesday or Wednesday.
We'll be on next week. Date to be. Time is the same. Date to be determined.
Subscribe. Hit the like button. You'll be able to find out when we schedule it.
Well, next week will be episode 51 of 100. This is 50 of 50. We started a new 50. We'll see if Sean has made any more trades for first round draft picks. Coming soon to a podcast near you.
I don't have much left. On that note,
have
an awesome week.
Adios.